Alrighty. Not sure if this is fully working, but I guess I will find out later. Welcome back to the stream, everyone. I've been gone a while. I had a bunch of other stuff to take care of. Wish I could have been here a little bit more, but hey, life happens. Gotta deal with what you gotta do. Turn that down just a tad bit more. Hopefully that isn't too terrible in the stream. But anyone that decides to join in, thank you for joining. Anyone that watches this later on, I do always keep all this up here on YouTube. This is my first time kind of streaming over on my Twitch channel and my YouTube channel, so you know how all this goes this time. Might look into possibly doing this a little bit more, different games, kind of different playthroughs, so on and so forth. Definitely, at least today, going to be doing a basic game, Brotato, as you can see right here on the screen. Just kind of doing some random setups. Maybe later on I'll go into the modded part of it and get some mods for it. So, in that case, let us get going. One thing I am kind of working on is some of these achievements for the progress. I'm going to get most of it. Need a 40% life steal. Win a run with Crazy, Ranger, Mage. Some of these other guys, I just gotta win a round with. Is that pretty much all it is now? Yeah, I just gotta win rounds with everyone. So you know what, we'll go and start with Crazy, and let's try and get 40% life steal. Okay, precise weapons, attack speed, start with a knife. Gotcha. And let's see, so knife does 6 damage, 250 range with the 100 range. Going with Thief Dagger. Chance to gain one material when killing enemy. Sharp Tooth. Low precise range. This is 10 damage, that's 6. Bounces up to 1 time on critical. That has piercing for 50% damage. Alright, I think I actually wonder if this is actually going to do anything. I don't think it is, but especially since it's a beginning tool, I don't think it caught or affect any of the progression. So since we have less dodge, let's upgrade armor. Let's take Hedgehog and you know what? Let's take the scissors. Why not? First couple rounds are always the easiest. go right, and usually a lot of them are one-hit kills. If you leave any here, any leftover will be transformed into double experience on the next round. Like how it says there, the amount of materials that you haven't picked up during the last wave, value of the next 2 drop materials will be doubled. And of course, if I left more than just 2, it would save more than 2 on there. So yeah, it looks like those weapons don't do anything for the stats. Let's upgrade armor. We'll get another knife. And we'll get... Oh, let's lock that, save that for next time. Level up. There are many different ways you can play this game. I've done a couple different ones, as you've seen. I've got different builds that I've tried. Some builds are a little broken, but there's always going to be games that have the broken builds. Let's get attack speed on that one. Ooh, lifesteal. We'll take that. Let's take another knife. Let's see if I can get something good here. Cool. Lifesteal, we want that. Melee damage, we'll take that. So I have 2, 1. Now I pick up these, and you saw at least 3 of the times 2. That's what happens when you leave material. The next round you do get double. So sometimes it does benefit to leave the stuff on a round if you want to kind of maximize your profit for the next round. So that's where also ranged will also come in handy. You're able to get further out there. So let's see here, go to size. And with this stuff, you see all this precise weapons. Since all 5 of my weapons are part of the precise, I have the extra 12% critical chance. Also, if I sit here and I combine them, the precise now went down to 4. And if I have 2 medical, because this one is medical and precise, with this I get plus 1 HP regen. So that's always stuff you gotta look at as well. Combining them does increase the damage, like with pretty much every other game that has a combining feature. This game is a lot like, almost like an open world tower defense game, essentially. But you're the sole tower and you just have upgrades. I know there's other ways to describe it, but that's one way. We have 24 extra that will do double experience, harvesting, and you earn that at the end of the wave. So I'm going to actually get that this time. I'm going to get the knife. I'm going to re-roll. And since I have a 15% crit chance on my weapons now, I might as well grab that for a higher crit chance. Um, I'm going to save the rest. I'm not going to worry about. Actually, I'll lock that one. If you leave them, always grab at least the ×2 ones. These boxes are good for the end of round. Those will always get picked up, even if you don't physically pick them up. They will get counted at the end of the round anyways. So those boxes you don't have to worry about trying to pick up. These little fruits right here, those will heal you if you're ever damaged. They do, unless you have. There's something on here for the healing aspect of it. If you have any negative healing, then it only will do like 2 or 1, but normally base it does 3 health every time you pick one up. So this is what happens when you get a chest or one of those crates. You get a basic item. You can always increase the type of item you get with increasing your luck. So this one is mutation. I get range damage and elemental, but I get a -3 to knockback. I'm not going to take down because it's not going to do anything for my current build. So I'm going to actually take that 15% luck. I'm going to take the scissors, and now these are upgraded to the purple. So my knife does 10 damage, and the blue knife does 13, thief dagger 14, and then the scissors do 19. This grayed out number is the base. The green number is with any of the extra melee damage and percent damage increase. So that stuff gotta look at as well. Trees are one of the big things that always drop those fruits. They also have a chance to drop crates. So definitely a good way to get crates would be to get more trees. I'm just doing all this so I can combine those, get at least blue. I'm going to block the thief dagger, and I'm going to leave it there for now. I do apologize if I'm a little all over the place. It's been quite a bit since the last time I streamed, so I just gotta get myself back in the habit of doing all this. So there's another crate. Ooh. Crates can heal you, and I lost on that one. We're gonna actually do a new run. So let's see here. Might actually. Let's go with Ranger this time. Show you guys a little bit on the range. let's do this shredder here. I'll go up a level. This shredder has a chance to explode. This time, one good thing with ranged is you do have that opportunity slash chance to kind of sit in one spot. You don't have to move around too terribly much. Go attack speed, we'll take the SMG, we'll take the lifesteal. Now the one thing you want to watch out for with the harvesting is, like I mentioned earlier, that's how much you get at the end of the round. And if you're negative, like how I am currently, you lose material each round. So whatever material I end up with, like right now I have 23 currently. If that's what I were to end the round with, I would only be left with 21 because it takes 2 each round. So right there, it took the 2. So that's the one thing you want to watch out for. Make sure you have either stuff to offset or do whatever you need to do. And I'm going to lock that pistol, lock the bat, even though that's going to give me less harvesting. There's always ways to kind of get around the negative harvesting. So as long as it doesn't get too terribly high, you don't have to fully worry about it too much. But definitely is something to keep an eye on. Zoom. And just so we can get out of that harvesting. So harvesting, earn 3 material and XP at the end of a wave. Increases by 5% every time it activates until wave 20, then decreases by 20% instead. So get those. I like getting the lumberjack because then those trees are taken down in one hit. You don't have to sit here and try to sit there for a long period of time trying to make sure you're able to kill them. Like right there, I got a crate from the tree. Makes them a little bit easier as well, so I'm just going to leave that crate there to kind of show you guys. So right there, it just pulled it in. Baby Gecko I do like. It has a 10% range and it has a 25% chance to instantly attract a material when it's dropped. So range damage, I'll take that. We'll take some more range. We'll take that. And as you can see down here, I have the items. The more you take of it, the higher it stacks. Let's re-roll. Let's get the shredder. I'm going to actually combine these ones. SMG. And I will get... Here's another one that kind of helps offset some harvesting issues. 15% materials when you pick up a crate. If I remember right, luck can also... Yeah. More chance finding items or consumables when killing enemies. Also increases the rarity of items in the shop and level upgrades. So that basically means the higher luck I get, the higher tier items are going to be. So instead of this one being the normal like gray, I could find a blue one, purple, or even red. Which if I can get some luck, I can always show you some of that stuff as well. There's the gecko going into play. Those materials that are flying towards me. That is the hand of that baby gecko that we picked up. All those red X's are the mobs that are spawning that you need to kill. Anytime you see a green X starting to form, that is a tree that is popping up. So I'll get a 5% luck. See, like right here. Don't think this is part of the luck since I literally just got that, unless it happened to be, but got a blue SMG. I will take that. Here's another baby gecko. I will actually take that one. And I will go to the next wave. So now with both of them, there's a 50% chance that the material is going to auto collect itself. And I don't know if you guys have paid attention or if you guys have played this before, but on that top left hand corner is the health, which is the red bar. The green bar is my experience. I gain experience every time I pick up material. And also at the end of the round, if you have the harvesting, it adds just a tiny bit more. Ugly Tooth, it's a decent debuff one. You know what? I'm gonna actually take it. Why not? And we're gonna get a little higher luck on this one. We're gonna get the life steal. Crown is a really good one. This is probably something that popped up because of my luck. Harvesting increases by an additional 8% at the end of a wave. So at every wave, I will get 8 harvesting. That is actually very good. So we're going to take that. Not really going to do anything with those. And let's take the life steal. So now we're at 7. Remember, I need to get to 40 in order to get that progression. This is one thing I do like about ranged, is you're able to sit here, and as long as you have the decent power behind it, you don't have to really worry about the mobs getting to you. You're able to get rid of them pretty quickly. And then if you ever want to, you can just run around in that small circle right there and pick up your materials. And you know what? I'm gonna go with luck instead of the 1 life steal. Turrets aren't too bad. Pocket Factory is a decent one, especially if you have engineering. Yeah, engineering increases the power of your structures. Other primary stats don't affect structures, but secondary stats do. The piercing, bouncing, explosion size. So what that basically means is like the range damage. does not affect turrets. Like how it says right here, the plus 125%, it has the little cross wrenches for engineering. And if you look here at the guns, it has 100% bow, and the bow is the range damage. So each one kind of has its own little thing you can do. I like getting that Pocket Factory just for the fact of its extra damage. Even though I don't have much into engineering, I ended up just getting two from something, just the Pocket Factory, but yeah. It gives a little bit extra, just kind of a extra boost to damage. Easier to get rid of the mobs. This is where a lot of it is going to start ramping up with tougher mobs, higher health, higher damage in return from them. These little guys right here usually drop a crate or at least a decent amount of materials. That turret is not getting much work put in. You can see there, I spawned two turrets, each one did like 12 extra damage. It's not a lot, but it definitely does help. I am going to recycle that one. I guess it only gave like one or two harvesting, but each round you get more and more harvesting. I think it might mean 8% of what we already have. So it gave me two stats of harvesting. So I wonder if next round it'll give more, like an extra two more or something like that. So definitely stuff to watch for. Can definitely end up helping later on. So let's actually see what it ends up doing. We had 6. Let's see how much it gives us this time. Those blue X's are the structures. There is a melee weapon called a wrench that spawns a turret. I believe it's on a kill. Or no, spawns a turret just to help out in the beginning of the round. And the higher you upgrade it, the higher tier turret spawns. Like these ones right here are just the basic tier, so tier 1 turrets. Tier 2, if I remember correctly, is flamethrower turrets. Tier 3 is piercing, and I forget what the last tier is. So we're going to get range damage. I'm not going to worry about that. Laser gun. This one gives plus 16 harvesting. So we'll see if that actually helps our crown a little bit more. Oh look, there's another one. Let's grab that one. Might as well. That one was the leech if you didn't see that one. Plus 2 life steal, 2 regeneration, and minus to harvesting. I am trying to find stuff that's a lot more life steal, seeing if I can find stuff One thing you do gotta watch out for is the more you refresh, the more materials it's gonna cost on that round, and it does reset every time you go into the shop. Okay, so that one was lost. Let's see here. Let's go with the generalist. So each one has its own little perk and con. So this one I'm actually going to go with this one, the Ghost Flint. The more kills I get with this one, the higher the attack speed I get. Oh, I already got one crate. Awesome. Healing Worm. This is kind of what I'm talking about. -1 HP recovered from consumables. Those little fruits on the bottom are what are considered consumables. And this basically means I will only get 2 health per one instead of 3. Since I'm going with the melee trace, I'm going to get a little armor or some dodge. Like this one right here, Ghost Axe. I get plus 1% damage for every 20 enemies you kill. The higher tier, the less amount you have to kill in order to get the bonus. So I'm going to grab that, grab another one, and we'll just go from there. And when it procs, you'll see the stuff on screen. Like when you see the level up, it'll pop up the like +1 heart and stuff. So still want to go for the lifesteal. I'm going to go with 15 materials per crate. I'm going to lock that axe because I'm going to come back and grab that later. Let's see if I can get any of these to trigger. Right there. That +1 arm is +1 damage. So there's another plus to damage. And with doing the multiple, each one has its own counter it can do. So this one, like now, the blue only needs to eliminate 18 enemies instead of the 20. But every 18 enemies this one annihilates, I get the status increase. Every 20 that this one does, I get the status increase. So it goes off of each weapon. So the more you have of that, the quicker you're able to get the status increases. Definitely a nice thing to keep an eye on. So I will do that. And with this guy, I just gotta remember I can get, or I can only use 3 melee and 3 range. So here soon, I'm going to have to figure out what range I'm going to want to accumulate, which the range definitely will help with these guys that shoot the red balls that damage. Let's see. Let's go armor and let's go harvesting. Let's see here. I'm going to actually combine these. Now I only need 16 for that. I want to increase my attack speed. Let's see here. You know what? I'm going to go with this Ghost Scepter. I get 1 health for every 18 enemies killed. So my health in that top left is currently 18. Once I eliminate 18 enemies with that scepter, just like right there, it went up to 19. So every time that happens, I get the increase to my health. You gotta be very mindful of stuff you get. Because even though you might be going for a certain build, you're gonna want to make sure you're keeping on track with stuff. This one right here helps a lot. Minus 5% material price. So like this one's 23, went down to 21. Not a lot in the beginning, but you can always stack this and you can get a higher decrease in material cost. Now I got 2 scepters. I'm able to have that potential of getting a higher health base. And then I have those melee for whenever stuff gets close. Armor, engineering, magic, max HP. I want to recycle that one. I'm gonna get higher attack speed. Harvesting. Don't want to get that one this time. I need something that is not bad. I'm gonna hold off on that one for just a moment. See right there. Now I have minus 10% material cost. I might have to try to speed run the rest of this just because I might have to be going off to work here soon. I'm gonna get that and that. Reroll anything. Go higher damage. Higher damage. Gives me less range, but I can always pick up the range a little bit later. I'd rather go for a little bit higher damage, just so I have that higher chance of, especially when they get into that melee range, the melee has that higher availability to annihilate the enemies. I may not win this one. If I do, it's going to be kind of a miracle. I actually got it. Awesome. So I'm going to actually increase my dodge. More trees. I'm going to do that. I get higher attack speed with that, so that'll always offset itself. The more enemies, especially with these urethral items, really helps out because more enemies means more opportunity to increase your stats. Mind you, the only reason I'm able to run through those enemies like I was is because I have a 42% dodge chance. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to actually increase my armor so I stop taking as much damage. Melee. I'll take the melee. Take you. Take you again. I'm going to take you. Take those. And we'll go from there. Okay, that's a new item I actually have not seen. Clockwork Wasp. 10% structure attack speed and 5% speed. I'm going to recycle that one since I'm not doing anything with structures this time. If I was, that's definitely one I would be getting. Ooh, plus 3 damage end of. I will take that. Don't want to waste on that at the moment. I am going to lock that one. Melee damage and go from there. As you can see, these guys are doing like 10 damage apiece to me at the moment. Can't remember if I lost my armor, or I think it might be sitting right at 0 armor. But the higher the armor you have, the less damage or less percentage of the damage you take. I think it does cap at a certain point to where you can't just take 0% damage or 0 damage. I think you still take at least like 2 or 3. Yeah, it does a percentage of the damage. Take that. That's not going to be great for me, but I'm going to go with it anyways. So special enemies are going to spawn this route. Those guys. And they spawn a lot of those. Okay, got past the special enemies. Nope, there's one left. There's that one gone. Or do they spawn the rest of the round? I can't remember if they spawned the rest of the round or if it was just at the beginning. I will say the only reason I'm surviving is because of that dodge. In other words, if I did not have the dodge, I would definitely be gone right now. I'm going to do that because I'm not going to stand still. I will take that. More for armor. Now I have 6, so 6% of all damage I take is reduced. Which, when you're looking at it in the damage aspect of it, 6% is essentially like the 10%. So if something is dealing 10 damage, you're only negating 1 damage. So you're still taking 9 damage for it. But the way this game works is that 1 damage that you're saving could be the difference between life and death. So, I'm going to actually take that. Upgrade my dodge, life steal, damage. Why do I keep doing that to myself? I don't know. I'm going to lock that. definitely might go down with this one. This one is heavy into projectiles. Ooh, I actually won. Oh boy. I'm gonna recycle that and take melee damage, and I just saw the life steal. It's like right there. I could get 6% damage at the end of the wave. I want to get XP gain. Ooh, that's a good one too, Bunny. I get one free reroll every shot. Time to lock it in. Hey, I got 2 crates this time. Sweet. That life steal and dodge is helping tremendously. I'll take it. I'll take that. Increase my luck. Life steal. I need to remember life steal. I'll save that. I'm gonna take that. Darn. Alrighty. Well, if anything, next time I know this strat in order to get the life steal and get some more people. Maybe next time we can actually get someone unlocked and get some of this progress done. Definitely can probably do the life steal. It's not too terribly hard. And then just winning a run with these guys should not be too terribly hard. So, alrighty guys, thanks for tuning in. Those that are watching this after the stream, feel free to head over to my YouTube, Phoenix Warlord, and watch the video, leave a comment, leave what you liked, didn't like, want to see stuff that happens, let me know. In the meantime, we will check you guys later.